Korean live class. Yay! Hello everyone. Hi. We already have lots of students talking on YouTube. Hello. Thank you very much for joining the class. Okay, that's great. 안녕하세요. Wellington, Sweet Tooth Nugget, and Maud, Anas, Nadine, and the Blink, Nimisha, Chris. Thank you so much. So, hi everyone, welcome back to Weekly Korean Live class, and my name is Keijin. 안녕하세요, 케이진입니다. And 안녕하세요, 치미치미입니다. How are you guys? All good? Okay, so today we are going to talk about very important grammar. If you use this a lot, right? That's why I prepared this. Actually, it was requested by one of my students. So thank you for suggesting the topics, and I'm glad I can introduce these important topics. 안녕하세요, 크리스탈, 알라하, 안녕, and 푸라, 아리스, how are you? I'm doing great. 쿠슈부, thanks for asking. Wellington! Happy birthday! 생일 축하합니다. Lingua. Oh, you have Korean name? Your name is 이정우? That's great. Pura, yes, it's new classroom. How is it? Alex, 안녕하세요. 오랜만에 한국어 연습 시간. Woo! So it's been a while since you practice Korean? Nadine, you are busy, but thank you so much for joining. And yeah, thank you. Melly, Sanjay. So are you guys ready to learn today's grammar? If Andrew, you're from Myanmar. Sachin, your birthday is coming too. Let me know when it's your birthday. Yumi, thanks for joining after a long time. Okay, great. And Facebook too. Thank you. And Froly and Shoagi, Irish, Maribel, Jessa, Mariam, Kylie, Canada, Chang, Jilum. We have a lot of new students. I'm glad to see you guys. And let's start talking about our grammar. But before starting our lesson, do you see this one, this banner? Get your free Hangul worksheet for free. So if you are not familiar with the Korean alphabet, please check out the link in the description. The description will be probably here if it's on Facebook or here. And on YouTube, it will be here. But anyway, the link is in the description. And we are giving away this Hangul worksheet. Hangul is the Korean alphabet. So we are giving away for free. And if you already know the Hangul, then of course, I'm giving away. Can you see this? This is today's lesson notes. So I already summarized and made a note for today's lesson. So it explains the grammar rules and examples, even the romanization. So if you want to review today's lesson with lesson note with more examples, check out. The link is in the description again. We are giving away for free. You just need to have your login. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay, great. Shinari, you're from the Philippines. Hello. We have lots of students from Philippines and India, right? Okay. So, I prepared this for you today. Ta-da! Can you see? So this is today's grammar rule. So if in Korean is 으면, or 면. Is it too small? Is it too small? I hope this is okay. Korean grammar is so tricky. Actually, it's not only Korean. When you learn... maybe this is better here. When you learn different language, then you will see lots of grammar rules and you just need to get used to it. Unfortunately. Yes, but that's fun. Chris, that's why it's 으면 or 면. So there are two ways to say it. One is 면, 면, 으면. So both of them are if or when or once. So this grammar is used when you talk about hypothetical assumption. You suppose something. So it's not happened yet, but you're imagining, what if you win the lottery? Or what if you meet BTS? What if you talk to twice? So it's not something happened, right? But you talk about something if. But also sometimes it can mean when and once too in Korean. For example, when you arrive home, please call me. 집에 도착하면 전화 줘. So we often say that, like, even though if you arrive, it's more like when or once, but it's not happened yet, right? It didn't happen. So that's why we use this grammar, 면 or 으면. 면, 으면. Regina, 사랑하면 돼요? Can I love you? That's also using this grammar. Can I love you? So it literally means, is it okay if I love you? Can you please romanize Allah? Actually, that's a great question. I personally prefer not to put the romanization because that ruins your pronunciation. So instead, I prepare this Hangul worksheet. With this Hangul worksheet, you can find all the romanization. Okay, so let's look at the example. How can you conjugate with this grammar? So I prepared some verb and see how we can conjugate it. Okay, are you ready? So first basic verb that I prepared is this. Oops. 가다. 가다. What does that mean? 가다. 가다. It means to go. 가다. Okay, so should I use 면 or 으면? Which one should I use? Which one? I'm going to... Oops! I hit my mic. We have to use 면 here. 면. Why? Okay, let's look at this. 가다, all Korean verb and adjective from the dictionary end with 다. 다. Always end with 다. Okay, so remove 다. Then what happened? You have the verb stem here. Verb stem here is 가. 가. Now you need to use 면 or 으면, but I'm using 면 here. Why? Can you see this? Because stem ending in a vowel. What does it mean? This is a verb stem, right? Again, it was 가다. Remove 다, then you have 가. This is verb stem. So I don't like using the romanization but for beginners, I'm using it. It's something like this. 가. It ended with a sound. It's vowel, right? Since it ended with vowel, I'm using 면 here. 가면. So it literally means if I go, if you go, if he goes, if she goes, if we go, if they go. So if go. 가면. 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 Okay, great. So let me make some examples using this. How about this? 한국에 가면 방탄소년단을 보고 싶어요. 한국에 가면, 한국 means Korea. 에 is like English preposition, like to. It's particle. In English you have preposition, but in Korea we have particle. And 에 is like to in English. 한국에 가면 방탄소년단. 방탄소년단 means BTS, right? 방탄소년단을 보고 싶어요. How about this? 보고 싶어요. 보고 싶어요. 방탄소년단 BTS 보고 싶어요. We learned this grammar before, right? 보고 싶어요 means want to see. 보고 싶어요. 보고 싶어요. It means want to see. If you want to learn more about this grammar rule, want to, I already did this live class before. So check out my previous video. It's on YouTube and Facebook and on our website too. So if I go to Korea, I want to see BTS. 한국에 가면 방탄소년단을 보고 싶어요. Eugene said, the reason I'm learning is for them. Exactly. We have a lot of BTS fans. ARMY. Oh, the Blink. How about Blackpink? Then you just need to replace 방탄소년단 to Blackpink. 블랙핑크를 블랙핑크. This is how we pronounce Blackpink. 블랙핑크를 보고 싶어요. Some people call them as 불핑 because it's too long, so they remove these two letters and shorten it. 불핑. Okay, let's practice some more. Okay. Oh, AK. Oh, you said you're not able to join today, but how are you texting it? Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. You're a great student. Which particle is 을? 을 is object marking particle. 을 or 르 is object marking particle. 을 or 르. Again, if you want to learn more about the particle, check out my previous video. I already did the lesson. Keijin, by the way, it's not me. It's someone who has that nickname, Keijin. Object plus 을, exactly. Object plus 을 or 르. Pura, I really want to travel to South Korea. I know a lot of people want to travel, but these days the situation is not good, right? Sin. 아름다운, yes, that means beautiful. Oh, you are using romanization. Okay. And that's right. 을 is used with consonants. So we have two object marking particle, 을 or 르. And then if the word ends with consonant, then we are using 을. Ice, affirmative. Thank you very much for sharing it. And Reg, shout out. Yes. Is this grammar okay? Not this. Okay. 나딘, 한국에 가면 남친을 만날 거예요. If I go to Korea, I'll meet my boyfriend. Awesome. 타스닌, 나도. Me too. Awesome. How about this? Can you conjugate it with this one? 비싸다. 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 It means to be expensive. 비싸다. Okay, so let's see. 비싸다. Remove 다 at the end, then what happened? This is a verb stem. Let's see. 비싸. Oh, it ended with a sound, right? 비싸. It ended with vowel, so I'm using 면. 비싸면. If it's expensive. So how about this? 비싸면 못 사요. 비싸면 못 사요. It means if it's expensive, I cannot buy it. 못 is kind of like cannot. 사요 means buy. So I cannot buy if it's expensive. 비싸면 못 사요. So it looks like you guys are familiar with this pattern now, right? Great. Okay. Anna, I wanna meet Super Junior. Nice. I like them too. Exactly means expensive. 이가탄. Oh, it's your first time to join my live class. That's great, even though you watch it on YouTube. I see. So glad you joined in live. Okay, so let's practice more. How about this? I prepared other verb or adjective too. This. 좋다. 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 Binoy, oh, you just joined. Don't worry. I already summarized this here. 좋다. 좋다 means to be good. 좋다. So, how can you conjugate it? 좋다. So this is a dictionary form, right? So what should you do now? Remove 다 at the end. Then you have 좋. Oh, as you can see here, you see this consonant here, right? This is consonant. So since it ended with consonant, I'm using 으면. 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 If it ended with vowel, then I'm using 면. But since it ended with consonant, then I'm using 으면. 으면. 아, 타스님, yes, it's 좋으면. Marley, good job. And Marian, your name is very long. Marian Bernadette, 좋으면, yes. Great, great. 좋으면, 좋으면. Kim Suju, I share this live. Thank you. 좋으면 koala. Yes, it's 좋으면. Regina, Yumi, Miss Hemi loves K-pop. Aira, Pura, Maga. Yes, Keijin. 좋으면. Yes, it's 좋으면. Fact World, you're a new subscriber. Yay! Great, let's study more Korean together. So 좋으면. So my example here is how about this? 날씨가 좋으면 공원에 가고 싶어요. It seems long, right? But let's break it down together. TJ, this is your first time. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. 날씨 means weather. 가 is subject marking particle. 좋으면, we just learned it, right? What does that mean? It's if good. So it literally means if the weather is good, Yuki, I'm really having fun. Awesome. And Kajal, I'm an old subscriber. Thank you so much. How about this? Do you know what is 공원? 공원? 공원 means a park. We just learned it, right? It's like to in English. It's preposition to in English. In Korean, it's more like we call it particle, and it comes after the noun. In English, you put before the noun, right? To the park. But in Korea, we put it after the noun. 공원에 가고 싶어요. It means want to go. Again, we are using the conjugation want to. This grammar rule, I already covered it recently. I think quite recently. So check out my previous video. Okay, so when the weather is good, I want to go to the park. 날씨가 좋으면 공원에 가고 싶어요. Lingua, my vocabulary isn't big so far. Sorry. Oh, no. As a beginner, that's so natural. So now what you have to do is just learn the vocabulary. For example, I just taught you 날씨, right? It means weather. 공원, park. You just need to memorize words one by one. That's the only way you improve your Korean. So you have to practice, and don't worry, you will reach the fluency someday. Lian, you are late. Don't worry. We still have 10 minutes. And then this is the important topic today. STEM. I just found a typo. STEM ending in a consonant. Okay, let's practice some more. And Gabriel, thank you very much for your positive comment. That encouraging me a lot. And the blink. Oh, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Me in Korean is so tricky, but so beautiful and good. I agree. Pua, I practice. Awesome. Let's practice with this one. 먹다. This is my favorite verb. So I literally mention this verb every week, right? 먹다 means to eat. To eat. So how can you conjugate it? Okay, so let's get 먹다 first. Okay, so I need to find the verb stem or adjective stem. What is the stem here? Remove 다 at the end. Then 먹, left, right? 먹. Okay, so it ended with kind of like 먹. Oh, it ended with consonant. Okay, it ended with consonant, so I'm going to use 면 here. So it's 먹으면. 먹으면. So it literally means if you eat, if he eats. Nadine, talk to you again. 먹으면, if you eat, if I eat, if he eats, if she eats, if we eat. We often omit the subject here, so we don't have to put subject. We understand the subject by looking at the context. So 먹으면 means if eat, if someone eats. 먹으면. My example sentence here is this. 많이. Do you know what is 많이? 많이. 많이. It means a lot, many, so much, very much. So it's 많이. 먹다. So 먹다 plus 으면 is 먹으면. So 많이 먹으면 means if you eat a lot, or if she eats a lot, if I eat a lot. So 많이 먹으면 if eat a lot. 살쪄요. 살쪄요. 살. It literally means skin or weight. Fat. 살쪄요 means gained. So 살쪄요 is, just remember as one phrase. 살쪄요, 살찌다. It means to gain weight. So if you eat a lot, you will gain weight. 많이 먹으면 살쪄요. So is that okay? So we have two words for if. Is 으면 or 면. 으면 or 면. As you can see here, if the stem ending in a vowel, then you use 면 here. If stem ending in a consonant, then you are using 으면. But I just prepared tricky one. 맞아, 라면. Yes, that's right. 라면, instant noodle in Korean. 라면 is also ending with 면. Okay, so I prepared very tricky one, so please be ready for it. How about this? 낫다. Okay, so which one are you going to use this? 낫다. Let me write it. It means to be better. 낫다. So for example, if you are sick, I'm sick, but you get better, right? You are not sick anymore. Then you got better. We use this verb 낫다. So when you are sick, but you got better, then it's 낫다, get better. Or you can just say, I have two drawing. This is mountain. And this is flower. Which is better? I think this picture is better. So 이 그림이 낫다. This picture is better. So 낫다 means to get better or be better. So it means better. So how are you conjugated? Yes, this is actually exception. As Regiana said, Yumi and HR, if you just want to follow this, it should be not 으면. But actually, I'm very sorry, this is an exception. So this is 나으면. The answer is 나으면. So this is should irregular. So I'm talking about some irregular verb or adjective now, and this is this is the one of the exception, one of the irregular verb. So there is should here, right? just remove it and put 으면. 나으면. So the answer is 나으면. This is the exception. You have to memorize that. I prepared another exception. So be ready for it. How about this? 듣다. 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 듣다 means to listen or to hear. 듣다. 듣다. So if you see this, this is 디귿 irregular. 디귿 irregular. So if you just follow this rule, it should be 듣으면. It should be this rule. But I'm sorry, as I just mentioned, this is an exception. So what you need to do is remove 디귿 and replace it with 리을. So it's 들으면. 들으면. So if I listen or if you listen. 들으면. Yes, Dolce Amor. 들으면 and Prince, good job. 듣다. So the problem here is some verb end with 디귿. This 디귿. But not all verb or adjective ending with 디귿 are irregular. So some are irregular, some are just following this rule. So that's why it's what we call exception and irregular. So unfortunately, you have to memorize them. Lingua. Yes, I mentioned this last week too. Very smart. Great job. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes, I mentioned. So this is an exception. 들으면. Okay, so I prepared another irregular, which means it will be very tricky too. How about this? 비읍 irregular. 비읍 irregular. My example here is 춥다. 춥다. Since it's winter now, it's very cold. So I prepared this adjective. 춥다. 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 It looks like this. 춥다, to be cold. 춥다, to be cold. 춥다. Okay, so if I just follow this rule, then it should be 으면, right? Because it ended with consonant. 춥으면. Is it correct? Nope. As I mentioned, this is an exception. So what you need to do is remove 비읍. So you have 추, right? And then put 우. 추, 우. So 비읍 became 우. Oh, I don't have space. Okay, so it was originally 춥다, but remove 다 at the end and remove 비읍 too. What you need to do is put 우 and then put 면. Since it ended with vowel, I'm using 면 here. Now, 추우면, it means if it's cold. If it's cold. So this is an exception. Exception. Let me show you another 비읍 irregular verb or adjective. 덥다. How about this? 덥다. To be hot. Hot. 덥다. 덥다. So this is also 비읍 irregular verb. So what should I do now? Remove 다 and also remove 비읍 too. Then put 우. Now 더우. It ended with vowel, right? So you need to put 면. 더우면. 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 It means if it's hot. If it's hot, I will eat ice cream. 아이스크림을 먹을 거예요. 아이스크림을 먹을 거예요. Okay. How about this? I have another example. This time, I prepared real irregular. Do you know this one? 살다, 살다, 살다. Can you see this? Oops. 살다, it means to live. 살다. Chris, 머리가 아파요. I got a headache. Don't worry. Don't worry. Actually, you will get used to it. The thing is, you need to practice over and over again, but don't get too much pressure. 살다. 살다 meaning to live. Okay, so if I just follow this rule, it should be like this, right? 살으면. Why? Because it ended with real, right? It ended with consonant, so I'm using 울면. But 무, no, I'm sorry. This is an exception. So the thing, what do you need to do? Now is 살. Remove real and don't remove, just 살으면. So it's 살으면, nope. So it's 살다, right? So instead of 으면, remove 다 and say 살면. 살면. Wellington, yes, great job. So if you just follow this rule, it should be 살으면, but nope, this is real irregular verb. So we use 면 here, even though it ended with consonant. 살면, 살면. Okay. Lastly is time, but I have last thing. Huge, irregular. How can you conjugate it? For example, I prepared this 그렇다. 그렇다 means to be so, to be like that. In English, I don't find the exact translation, but in Korea, we say like 그렇다, meaning to be like that, to be so. 그렇다. So, since it ended with consonant, should it be 그렇으면? Actually, nope. This is again is irregular. So remove here and then put, since it ended with vowel, we are using 면 here. 그러면. Today I covered a lot of irregulars because for beginners, I think first thing you need to memorize is this. But we have lots of upper beginners and intermediate learners, so I prepare the exceptions for them too. But if you are a beginner, focus on this first and practice this, and then practice this exception. I already wrote and summarized all the exceptions in the note, so check out the link in the description. Tararan, you can download this. And then here are the exceptions. I already put all the explanation and how you conjugate it and added more examples. So check out the link in the description. I'm giving away this free summary note, free lesson note to you. So check it out. Okay, so Chris, that's right. 그러면 means if it's like that. So 그러면, it literally means if it's like that, but very often it's used as so. 그러면. Okay. Lingua, today's grammar tip wasn't very hard from my point of view. Great. Yeah, practice a lot. This is the most important thing. And then the exception is for upper beginners and intermediate. So practice. Okay, so thank you, Disha, all mood. Love yourself and BOE, Seha and Regina. Mayan, Verde, thank you very much. All your comments, thank you very much. And as usual, I'll be doing the live on Thursday, 1 p.m. in Korean time. And next week, the topic will be how to form Korean sentence easily. So a lot of people want to make a Korean sentence, but they said, I don't know how to make a Korean sentence. So I'm going to cover that. So, how to form Korean I made a typo. Sentence. When I write like this, it's easy to make typo. Easily. So it will be January 28th, 1 p.m. in Korean time. And this will be very useful lesson, so please join it again. We will have a lot of fun together. And Roberto and Disha, thank you very much for all your comments. And don't forget to check out the link in the description. Oh, need to. Sorry, I just entered here. You just joined, but we always upload this video after this live. So check it out again. It was very important grammar lesson today, which is this. So check it out. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. And if you have some time, and if you want to do your homework, ta-da-ran, Super Cajun. So this is my Instagram account. So if you make one sentence using this grammar and post it on your Instagram story, and you have to tag me, then I will repost it. So show off your Korean skills. I'll repost it so I can motivate you more. So practice Korean. Always practice. Practice makes perfect, right? So this is my Instagram. So make a sentence. I will be very happy if you practice Korean. And even though you make a mistake, that's totally fine because I'll correct you there. So thank you very much. And I'll see you next week. Oh, what is my name? Kushbo. My name is Cajun, and Chim Chim is this, my friends. I'm not Chim Chim. This is Chim Chim. Bioni, thank you. And Lian, Sarah, Kim Seju, and Daniel, thank you very much. And we will